want me to hold you. Hello, who's watching? Kelly Lynn, hello. Oh, have you gone? Have you gone? All right. Hello, hello. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing? All right. Can you hear me okay without me putting on my earphones? Can you hear me okay without my earphones? Because they make so much noise against my necklaces, but I can put them on. Let's try it a bit. I don't know where I put them. I just finished a really good live video with my group, 21 day release, recharge, and rejuvenate. I did that, which is my 21-day program. That's on right now for women who haven't really worked with me before and kind of like new to eating my way, I guess you want to say it. Come from my earphones. But what I wanted to pop on because, good, you can hear me fine, good. I wanted to pop on because it's so enlightening to me. Like, I haven't worked with a really new group yet for a little while of women. And so I'm loving it because it's like I can see, I really get a good idea of what they have been eating and where they've been, I hate to say going wrong, but it is kind of going wrong, right? What they've been eating, how they've been eating that can cause the weight gain or keep the weight gain from coming off, right? And so it's really cool going, oh, okay, you just adjust this, you just do this, and that's gonna make a difference. So it's really good to know that I have this stuff that I can share, this knowledge that I can share that will make a big difference, right? And what I'm also noticing is that so many women are like, well, this is all healthy, right? And it can be healthy food. It doesn't mean that some of the things that you may be eating may not be healthy or not healthy. But the thing is that there is a difference in midlife. There is a difference. Your body processes carbohydrates differently, especially for women in midlife. And another thing I wanted to point out is if somebody has tried to clean up their eating or changed what they ate, what you may notice is you can get either kind of detox symptoms, which can be fatigue, headaches, brain fog, digestive problems, sore, achy muscles, sinus headaches. But what also can happen is you will go through withdrawal symptoms. So if you consume, especially in midlife, you tend to more easily get into like insulin resistance and be affected by simple carbohydrates, and even carbohydrates such as oatmeal and rices and pastas, right? And those things can cause, what they are, you get used to eating them, crackers, toast, even Ezekiel breads, even the breads that seem to be good, right? The sprouted grains, sourdoughs, things like that. It's not like oatmeal, sourdough, Ezekiel bread, rice cakes, all those things. It's not like they're bad for you, not horrible, or yogurts. Not like they're horrible for you, but they're probably not the best thing for you during this phase of life if you want to feel more balanced, whether it's hormone levels and insulin levels, so blood sugar levels, which affects energy, our moods, emotions, how our body functions, inflammation within our body, right? So when you tend to go off things like, especially carbohydrates, like so, any kind, what can happen, and you start to eat cleaner, you start to eat more vegetables and more greens and things like that, you also will feel lighter. It almost feels like I'm not eating enough. There's no way I'm eating enough. And then at the same time, you can get these withdrawal symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, feeling dizzy, feeling lightheaded, feeling like, ooh, things just don't feel quite right. I don't feel good. And that can make people go, oh my God, I'm feeling worse. I'm eating healthy and I'm feeling worse. And especially when you start eating more raw vegetables and stuff, you can feel bloated and feel like, oh my God, I'm so bloated. or get constipated or just feel like off. And that is your body's adjusting, right? Like our body. So chemicals are released when we eat certain foods, right? Now, simple carbohydrates, but even in midlife, the starchy carbohydrates, the heavier carbohydrates, are basically converted faster to sugar. We don't metabolize carbohydrates the same in midlife. And so we get this insulin blood sugar spike. So your body gets used to that. Your body has been living maybe even years and years and years with that chemical. Woo, I feel good. Now you're addicted to those, right? So we get addicted to sugars. We get addicted to the flours, right? How they are changed, like they're processed like basically sugar in our body. So your brain gets used to the chemical change, the chemical lift, the woo, I feel good. And when you don't get that, your body, it's like an addict not getting its drug. It is so much like that, especially sugar's a big one, right? And if you've had flours and all of that, like breads and scones and muffins, and especially because they're mixed with sugar, right? You stop eating those things, your body's gonna go into withdrawals, just like an addict who stops their drug. You're gonna feel off, and you could get over emotional, you could get cranky, you can get bitchy, you can be like, and then your body's craving these foods so bad. And if you've ever known or lived with an addict, when they don't have their drug, their alcohol, whatever, they get nasty, right? Their body, they don't feel good. They can feel actually physically really sick. So that can happen to people when they change their diet or change what they eat pretty fast. So they all of a sudden go from eating the way they were, which may have not even been that unhealthy, to eating super clean and getting rid of some of those getting rid of the sugars and then getting rid of the simple carbohydrates and the starchy carbohydrates, right? Your body, it's gonna like freak out for a little bit, and this can feel so uncomfortable. And so that's what I kind of forget. Like I kind of forget about that part of it until I work with women who are new to doing something like this, and then realize, oh right, of course. You know, sometimes people say to me, well, I ate healthy, but I didn't notice any different. I actually didn't feel good after. And I'm like, well, and that's usually what's happening during that time. It can take, you know, a week, 2 weeks longer for your body to kind of regulate. And if you don't really, so if you kind of are on again, off again with the starches, on again, off again with the sugar, you may keep yourself in that loop so that you really never do recover or really do never get over the withdrawals. And so then you're constantly, every time you try to give up those things, you're back into that whole loop again, right? Of like, your body was addicted and now you're trying to give them up, and now you're going through detox, and now you're going through withdrawals, and now you feel terrible and you feel horrible, and you get wild cravings and you get cranky and you get emotional, and then you end up eating those things again. So that keeps you in that cycle. It doesn't mean you're not eating enough, because especially at first, so if you're just cleaning up your diet at first and you're eating lighter foods that are digested faster and easier for your body, they're not as heavy, so they're not as harsh on your digestive system to digest like fatty meats are, or heavy starchy carbohydrates, especially if you mix a carbohydrate starch with a meat starch. That's very hard to digest. So you're going to feel very heavy when you eat that stuff. You're going to feel very weighed down. You're also going to feel grounded. So when you give up those foods or eat far less, you don't feel as grounded. So you start to feel almost more anxious, almost more like this, lightheaded. You begin, your body's noticing the change, and it doesn't like it. Your body does not like the change. And so I really just wanted to kind of get on and talk about that and go, it's what some people who do this on their own and try to change things may go, oh my God, I didn't feel good, right? Not understanding that that is just your body going through its natural process of withdrawal and getting rid of the toxins in your body, so the detoxing process. So, you know, when you're not sure that's what's going on, it can feel scary. It can feel like, oh my God, something's wrong. And so then you just, of course, what feels good is going back to those foods again. So just be really aware of that, right? Be really aware of that. I, myself, went through huge withdrawals from carbohydrates because I ate, before I changed my diet in perimenopause, before I had a lot of weight problems, I was eating really no meat, but I was eating a lot of brown rice, and I was eating a lot of lentils, and I was eating a lot of beans. And so those are, and oatmeal, and that is very heavy starches. Now in your 20s and 30s, and I was very active. I was a personal trainer, I did adventure races, I ran, I mountain biked, I kayaked. So I was burning those calories very fast. They were being used as fuel in my body. The thing is though, my body was addicted to carbohydrates. I ate tons of crackers. Oh, I loved gluten-free cookies. I loved all of those things. And because I burned calories, because I was young at that time, it didn't put on fat for me. So not realizing that I was actually very addicted to those things. I remember times when I would go shopping and not eat for quite a few hours, and I'd feel lightheaded and I'd feel woozy and I'd feel like, oh my God, I gotta eat, I have to eat, I have to eat. And not realizing that was the withdrawals from the addictive carbohydrates that I was eating so much of. So then when I found out more about that in midlife, and I went towards more of a high raw diet, which was very, nutrient dense, like good fats, vegetables, greens, juicing, all of those things. And I took away the starchy carbs. I went through huge withdrawals, you guys. I was lightheaded. I was like, oh my God. I had major detox symptoms, like really bad headaches, because I also ate tons of chocolate, lots of sugar, right? When you don't have a weight problem, most people, you can eat so many things, and so you do, right? But man, I went through a lot of detox, and I went through a lot of withdrawals, and I came out the other side. So what I thought was like, oh, I have to eat every time I get this woo feeling of brain fog, or like I don't know what's happening. When I let myself actually work through that, and I was just juicing and smoothies and vegetables, I got over it, and it never came back. Now being here in Bali, I'm eating more starchy carbohydrates. And I'm noticing that if I go a day without them, I once again get the withdrawal symptoms. I get feeling lightheaded. I get a little woozy. I feel like I need my fix, I need my fix, I need my fix, right? So I'm really watching how much I consume of those. I'm using oatmeal. I'm doing oatmeal right now with lots of chia gel and some sunflower seeds and coconut oil and cinnamon. And I never had oatmeal for years, right? But now I know I can eat it again, and because I'm finding it hard to get a lot more of the vegetables here and stuff, the calorie-wise, I'm consuming more of the starchier calories. But I am definitely noticed that when I don't for the day, I go into those withdrawals really pretty fast. So I'm once again kind of addicted to those things, although I don't have any weight gain right now. My body is enjoying them. I am somebody who does really good on carbohydrates. I don't do well with meat. So that's my body type. I'm not saying good protein. I try to get as much good protein as I can here, but it's just more limited here than it was on Vancouver Island, what I could eat there. So some of the things you might be experiencing are some of these things, and we don't realize, the simple rice cakes, eating those on their own, or having things like, I'm trying to think, a rice cake with just almond butter on for a morning breakfast or something. Like that really has no nutrients. That really has no nutrients. And you need to feed your body. You need the fuel. People do not eat enough vegetables and greens. That's the thing. They eat so few. That's where you need to increase the calories, if anything. And if you're somebody who does well with meat, proteins, and fish, those are great. Good lean meats, organic, whatever that is, pasture, grass-fed, whatever. Get those wild meats, still a smaller portion of meat, but a good quality meat. And then if you do well with meat, right? And then a lot of vegetables and a lot of greens. Lots more than you could ever imagine, right? Like what I notice is that people they think they're eating a lot, but it's like, no, you still need to add more, Good fats is another thing most people don't probably have enough of, is good fats. Those are so important. Avocados, coconut oil, even some really good olive oils, and there's different types of oils out now, but make sure you're getting the good kinds. Olives, You know, make sure you're getting good quality olives though without, if you read, some of the jarred olives have a lot of preservative stuff in them, but things like olives. So there's different types of people, and knowing what foods work best for your body is one of the most important things you can do. Because when you know that, you never have to diet again. You will probably release weight without trying too hard. Your body will function better. Your moods will be more balanced. Your hormones will be better balanced. Your blood sugar levels will help to be balanced. So, and that affects everything. Hormones are the chemicals of your body that control all functions of your body, basically. And even your digestive system, when you eat the foods that are right for your body, when you let go of some of the crap, your digestive system becomes healthier, which is like your immune system, which is also where your body absorbs nutrients. So if you have a compromised digestive system, you're not going to absorb nutrients as well, right? So there's so many things that go on. But the thing is that it can be simple, but yet it can seem complicated at first. But it doesn't have to be. So my programs all show you about the importance of all of this, take you in step by step, as well as showing you, letting you find out what will work for you, because it is you ultimately that needs to do that. I also have one-on-one, and I have special right now until Friday, where if you want 1 hour call with me, it's only $65. And I will give you recipes too. So I will let you know, we'll go over your food, what you've been eating. I will tell you what to adjust and change and shift. And then I will give you some recipes, and you will see a huge difference. So I'm putting this special on right now for only $65 for an hour video call or audio call with me. And you will get things straightened out so fast. All right. I mean, it's not like taking a program, but if you need something right away, you're like, okay, I want to know right now what I'm doing wrong, like wrong in a way, right? What I need to shift, what I can add, what I can let go of, what would be best. This is what you can do right now. $65 for 1 hour call with me, video or audio, and we can set that up, and you will be on your way to feeling so much better. So message me on Facebook if you're interested. I would highly, I'm only going to take a few of these spaces, and the price is going to change on Friday. Okay, it's just a special until this Friday. So please reach out to me. I know I can help you because I've helped hundreds and hundreds of women. All right, that's my message for today. Eat more veggies, eat more greens, get some more good fats. All right, bye-bye. If you have any questions, post below.